side. So one Sage in tow. Man, this is a very interesting comp, actually. Bonk has Safe on the Phoenix.
Yeah, and I think when you're looking at the team comps, I think the early read that I'm getting from Bonk here is those are all more offensive picks, but you're starting the round on defense. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're looking to try and play for that second half very heavily and kind of give a little ground on this first half, as they have a lot of offensive tools. But right now, they're gonna need to take it to him as player 135 is swinging out here, but the kills seem to be going the way of the opposition. Right now, it's just gonna be traded back. Oh, what a nice shot from Safe. Is gonna find him before he can retreat to safety. Safe trying to battle his way out here. Yassine on the flank is gonna knock down Voxta, and that's gonna be a quick round end, almost ending as soon as it started.
And the quick spray after getting that final 5th kill. And it was, yeah, basically a domino effect, a house of cards imploding, all the deaths just one after another. And the bulk of the action, you can see those red X's all over the entrance to A and A short. We saw Safe as Phoenix being very brave, walking toward the Omen smoke inside the sewer area there against 2 players, but actually the attacking Phoenix, which was player 135, kind of gave up the goose through that blind, and then Safe just turned around and everything started slowly going Team Bonk's way. It was, you know, a kill here, a kill there, but by the end it was a 4v1 situation with Yassine just cleaning up there, and now Team Bonk up 1-0. They got the SMGs that they want, and it's a heavy A push again. You've got Safe actually with the AR already.
Yeah, and peppering a couple members down. A lot of tags going through already as he's going to be very close for comfort. Swings out, finds one, and is immediately retreating as he recognizes the onslaught coming his way. But Dan's grenade going to find him there as Bonk's going to find a kill with all the things in his inventory that can kill. What a hot swap there. Gets a kill with an AR, gets a kill, or with the SMG rather, excuse me. Gets a kill with the shock arrow, and then swaps a pistol, playing a little bit of gun game.
Yeah.
Bonker strutting it a little bit there.
Variety is the spice of life. Bonker showing us how it's done, and that's always highly impressive to me when you can swap, you know, guns quickly enough to actually get a second kill instead of just dying while reloading. You know, that's definitely, you know, a skill that you pick up in competitive play. Very apparent when someone is able to do something like that compared to just dying in the reload animation. Also mixing in the shock arrow kill, though, that's pretty spicy. And now we've got Dan v GG trying to take the op shots long range, but there was some visibility blocked there. Now we've got Aaron actually pushing out through C-Long, trying to get the surprise kills here. He did see the shoulder.
Not quite gonna find the kill through the end there, but Bonker's gonna pick it up from the other end of the map with that Hunter's Fury. Finding that one there as Yassine's gonna off-angle, not gonna benefit him there. Will only be a trade frag in the end, but advantage still to Team Bonk here. Aaron's, yeah, I was gonna say, too slow on the trigger there. While you're locked in the paranoia, Aaron gets knocked down. Z's lurking around on the back of the site. I don't think they know where he is just yet, but he's going to have a couple duels to win if he wants out. While Voxa looking to get this garage control. Pops a camera in there, should give him a little information. Not seeing the Phoenix, though. Safe in a great spot.
Ooh, doesn't quite get the headshot he's looking for. Linksify instead, returning fire. We do have a confirmation now that player 135 is Solomon, and Zadish has changed his name to Aaron. We mentioned that earlier. Ziz here, lighting him up though, gets the triple before falling. Now we're in a 1v1 situation. We've seen Safe win these, but Voxta getting Unit3k on the board, stopping the bleeding, gets the successful 5 frags there. No spike planted though, so still a bit of a difference than we've seen in these previous games.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
Right, and with that no bomb plant, Eco not in the best position as Unit3k lost every member that they possibly could have while still getting the round win. And in the end, Team Bonk actually a little bit in a better slot overall, but I think it's still going to come down to Jet and Phoenix, but more posturing as aggressive picks. So, Safe, yeah, there it is. Talking aggressive picks. Run it back is going to be tossed down here. Curveball around the corner. He's going to be looking for the challenge. Gets locked up a little bit there on the tripwire before he's gunned down and sent back. Armor going to be lost on him, but as Safe goes down, I wonder if they know that Aaron pushed all the way up. In the meantime, a beautiful spot. He's just gonna throw the smoke, try to use that, but Linksify gonna be swinging wide on him, finding him through that, while Z's gonna get one frag from Vox to the late entry, trying to get into that alt mid late. Good read by Z's to recognize this situation, and overall aggressive positions all over C by Team Bonk.
At this point, they're pretty certain that the attackers have abandoned C. They've got the Cypher cam to work with. Actually, Cypher's dead, so he's not going to be able to reference that anymore. But they feel like they've warded them away from C long, and now just covering B and A, I think, is the right decision. If it does, in fact, if they hear a plant go off, they know exactly where it's at anyway. They can rotate through CT and Garage. But the attackers all sticking together here, not dividing and conquering. Again, I always feel like this is so scary when you've got such good shooters on the other side that can just line you up.
That they can.
Oh, but he
caught. Lined up. Oh, that's going to be Fuse. Picking up the second one there into heaven. That's going to be sight locked down by Unitech. Yassine thinking of going for a 1v3. Going to make his way into heaven. There's a slow up there. He might be able to get 1 or 2 frags, and as the wall is put up, it's very hard to answer Yassine if he gets 1 kill and just retreats out. So not a bad position to be in. He's going to come out there. Linksify getting dropped down. You can't flank him. You're going to have to just win the challenge, but that's not an issue for Fuse. He's going to be able to find that kill. It's Unitech evening up the rounds.
Yeah, Ziz, the defending Omen, got caught with his hands up. Obviously, that is always a risk when you're playing Omen, Phoenix, even Brimstone. You're caught looking at your equipment. You can just get knocked down very easily. But Unitech, 2 rounds in a row now, tying things up. So not too dominant one way or the other just yet. And actually, the defense is broke. That was a tough round for them. You can see them just buying up some pistols, trying to stay above, 1,500-ish credits so that they can lock up some ARs next round. But defense likely going to be playing a lot more recessed than aggressive this time as a result.
Yeah, you want to make use of champions as best that they're able, but playing as aggressive on C, man disadvantages on the defense of Haven are just so hard because of the extra sight you have to be covering. So as it stands right now, looks like a B execute, or at least just probing for as much information as they can, but a lot of defense is already set up by Team Bonk. A little bit of an angle here from Aaron. He's going to get spotted out by the camera. Takes a little bit of damage on his retreat back. But again, just continuing to play this aggressive, playing right in the doorway, wants an easy kill as Yassine's going to find him there. Swings out on him, but good retreat in time. Vox not going to be able to pick up that kill, while Z's going to have to do the same deal, a same song and dance. Will he be able to do any better? Going to teleport to the other side here. Good position to be in. Oh. He's going to rush through the smoke. No, player 135 is going to read that one out. Actually, going to get burned down by the molly from the opposing Phoenix. Well, the bomb's going to get planted here. Linksify on bomb site C. Going to get them a post-plant situation and should be around that they can safely secure.
I mean, they've definitely got the upper hand. It's going to take some skilled play here from Bonker with the Bucky and Safe with the Stinger. They are, just outmatched when it comes to guns, and they already blasted down this wall, but I don't think they'd expect Sage tucked into the corner there. I think Linksify's in a very sneaky spot here and should be able to... Never mind. Bucky to the face.
Bonker just swung out wide on that one, but longer range duels, you don't exactly have the same equipment to make this one work, and Dan and his friend Fuse also just going to be able to beautifully play the ranges. You know that the opposition doesn't have rifles. You might as well play all the way down long like that. Good attempt from Bonk, though. Definitely was the most you could make out of that situation.
Yeah, I did not expect the Sage kill at all, so at least they got something for it now. Obviously back with rifles and full armor in hand. Staying actually pretty high on credits as well, just in case things go badly. At least the attackers have their credits stocked up now, and that's 3 in a row. They take the lead here for the first time in the game, and it's on to Team Bonk now to figure out what is going wrong, how to assess this. Obviously, Thrifty was the situation last round, but in this case, they should be able to be evenly matched.
Right, and Unitech really need to make the most of this first half, as for the most part, Team Bonk been struggling to find a lot of opening value unless they're just rushing all in. And Aaron Speaking of all in, is going to find himself in just that spot. There's no room to retreat. There's no room to back up. You just need to win the challenge. But Linksify is going to be gunning him down. That's going to be them onto A site. Yassine dashing away, trying to find a repeat. He's going to go back onto player there. Only going to find a little bit of value before he goes down. Linksify doing work on this site so far, but Bonker's looking to match the same.
Nice.
You jumping out from the heaven angle, but Voxta trading him back down. It's a 1-to-1 so far. Z's the last remaining member, but no bomb planted. So right now, Z's has a little bit of time to work with. Well, he waits for Voxta to commit to a plant. Comes out, Paranoia is going to land, but he's running back up to heaven for now. Sneaking his way up, Voxta trying to pre-fire there. Knows the HP difference is not exactly in his favor. Bomb's gonna go down here. Z's is looking for the angle. Will he guess correctly? It's gonna drop down. That's gonna give away his... Wait, does he know? Yeah, okay, he is flicking onto it now. Took a bit of damage on the fall there. He's looking for an angle. It's just a guessing game, left or right side, and Voxta's gonna guess wrong. Z's pulling that one out, gonna grab an op and win the round.
Yeah, Z's, it was a clutch or kick situation, gets the clutch, doesn't get kicked, grabs himself an op, big gun upgrade as well. The drop down from heaven, because he didn't spot him peeking on the spot he was looking at, he figured he was on the right side of the box, guessed correctly, and was able to take him out. That's a tough situation on both ends, obviously, but I think that Omen Z's actually had the right from the start, and the confidence that he's had just from playing well all day. He's looking good. He's only got 3 deaths this game even, so Ziz is looking quite strong here. Team Bonk now stopped the bleeding, got the defuse, and they are looking to keep that up now. The economies are more even. Yeah, I saw the little gadget bounce there.
That cyber cage did not get to its desired destination. Pulling the trigger on that one a little bit too early, but I do agree that Z's has just been looking very solid for his team, as well as Bonker leading the charge on his team. What better way to lead than from the front if you're going to have a team after your namesake? Well, for now, I don't think Unit3k are necessarily even playing bad, but with that comeback from Bonk, Unit3k are going to need to really try and put the pedal to the metal on this one, as Yassine's going to be flying. A little bit of an airstrike coming in there with the knives. Finds a kill on a fuse. Rushing through. That's the confidence you like to see. Dan going to be getting that one down there, while the Hunter's Fury is flying out, trying to find more information, but clearing out any attempts onto the A site. They know it's probably either B or C that they're looking at, and right now it's looking like B.
B does seem to be the option. Player 135 taking out Aaron. They did actually use the Sage Res as well to make it 5v4. Now it's a 5v3 because of that kill by Fusey, making it now 5-2. So Team Bonk, tough situation again. They're going to probably be in a save situation where maybe they try to pick someone on the escape route, but Bonker, don't know if he's going to keep sharking around here with this Bulldog out. You can see actually Omen sticking around B window just in case of this very thing. But yeah, Bonker's going to stop short of that confrontation. Omen as well going to just mill around here. So that's a done deal. Team Bonk going to be down 3-4 now. Unit3k more attacks successful than not, and actually removing a lot of cash from that economy on the defense. Giving themselves that leg up. Nobody died on the offense. Flawless victory there. So looking very solid here.
Yeah, and in the position that Bonk are in, with how many rounds are being traded back and forth, you kind of need to make the call that you're going to have to save the guns that you have. It looks like they may... Yeah, they're still going to need to try and save. They can kind of force if they want to, but it'll only put them in a worse position in the next round if they go down. But that does seem to be the call. And with 2 SMGs, I wouldn't be surprised if Bonk doesn't mind that they're behind on the eco. I would expect them to be just as aggressive as they have before. And you can see on A site, 2 members looking to peek immediately out into long. Bonk are not going to take their foot off the gas.
As the attacks are split mid and A, the solo Cypher hold is enough to deter them from trying to take that long walk. And still just blasting down doors at B, trying to test the actual site itself. Jet is actually a little bit further back. Phoenix is here now, committing the ultimate, running out to give information. The blind does connect, and Safe gets a kill for his efforts, but Omen walks right past him, so the ult is neutralized, but the kill is secured.
Yeah, Fuse didn't get a quite eyes on as he ran through the smoke there. As they should be able to hold on to the B site for now, at least, just ending up in a 1-for-none. You do at least get the Phoenix ultimate, so run it back is going to be off the table for Team Bonk. They're looking back now towards the A bomb site. Dan should be able to hold control on long, but Team Bonk might be onto them. 2 members rotating back in to hold down this site.
And with only a couple of players approaching this front of A, Sova is staring, not actually from heaven, but behind the default plant area. Phoenix pops out, Sova tries to go the other direction, but neither player actually really connecting there. Finally, the bodies are starting to pile up as player 135 double headshot, swinging into sight. Now it's going to be a tough retake for Team Bonk, especially with Jet super low HP. The plant is going to finally finish there, and Yassine, only 15 HP, could get lucky here still. I think Divide and Conquer is the right move. CT and Heaven both being covered here, but we'll see how they're going to try and push through this Omen smoke.
Yeah, the paranoia comes through. Player 135 is going to find one, but good coverage from Yassine. So we'll leave him in a 1 versus 2, but Dan's not going to let that one happen. The ump shot ringing out, and he'll be able to clutch that one up. And I do think one of the important things while we have Phoenix in this game that we didn't mention earlier is the way his flashes work and being a little bit unique compared to Omen's flashes, where the paranoia will just go through walls. You can see it all the way through. But Phoenix's flashes have an interesting property where smokes or his own walls, Viper walls, things like that, they act as walls. So you can throw a flash out of an Omen smoke, and if it flashes on the outside, everyone out there is flashed, but you're totally fine. And that's kind of what ended up happening in the mid lane there when he snuck past Fuse, but we'll see some more Phoenix action. They're trying to push up onto this C site. Now, nobody is left here, so site is pretty much free. Yeah, some pings coming out there saying, hey guys, just run onto site. We already own it. But with only pistols, it's not exactly like it was a site that that Team Bonk would have been able to play the ranges of correctly. Boxton knocking down Z's as well. It's going to be a 2v5, and not one Bonk are going to be winning lightly.
Yeah, Unitech looking actually really impressive there. I think, you know, just the fact that you mentioned the economy there, Team Bonk are at a disadvantage already, but leaving a site totally open like that doesn't do you any favors. You can still win pistol rounds. We've seen Safe with a Ghost before, or Sheriff, just killing people left and right, so we know that they're capable of stopping somebody. This actually just set them up in such a tough position now. Sova and Cypher, like, they're going to save their ghosts. They maybe get an exit frag, but maybe just sprint away. Yeah, I think that's the safer choice. And pretty rough, but keeping 2 people alive would not be the worst result there. Attackers win another round in a row. Unitech actually looking pretty scary now as Bonk continue to drop these defensive rounds. But Haven is kind of an interesting one. It's still a debate whether it's kind of attack-sided or defense-sided. 3 sites just throws such a wrench into things that it's tough to really gauge. And when you're not doing just a 1C, 1 garage, 1B, 2A, they could attack any other weak spot. Like, you need that full net every time, in my opinion. But obviously these guys are better than I am. I would love to be proven wrong, but Bonk right now, they've got holes in the tub here, basically. Water's leaking out, and they need to stop it up.
That they do, and it's sort of what we were talking about, where I'm hoping to see Bonk really come alive on the offensive side. So Unitech having a lead here, it's going to be working out for them, but that kill coming out from Safe. Going to be a nice way to start things along here. Aaron is in a great little flank here. Will he find him? Yeah, player looked away. He looked at him for a moment, and I thought maybe we were going to see him come out on top, but flicked away at the last moment. As the neural theft goes down, they will have enough information on the remaining members of Unitech that the C members are pushing all the way through, and 3 members strong onto A. It's going to be an all-out brawl for this fight that Unitech going to be starting a couple members down.
Still
they're coming in on
2 defenders way over at C. It's going to take them some time to get over there. This is their best opportunity as Lynxify, actually a really, really strong rifler there, does get a kill before getting taken down by Ziz's op. And Ziz, another one. Dean going to answer right back. Suddenly, it's Dan versus the world. Two A's trips me up, right? So Boombot flying out there. You've got two defenders coming up together from A long. So the Boombot will actually... Oh, he misses the jump into the window. And Jet is not going to miss that jump, of course. All he has to do is hit a button. And Bonker gets the headshot.
Yeah, that he does. I like the play to try and get in there. I don't know if he needed to crouch jump to get in there, but either way, just didn't quite make it up into heaven. And
yeah, definitely didn't make it to heaven.
well, yeah, that he didn't, but it was definitely close. And fortunately, excuse me, for Unit3k, they do have enough of eco built up from a couple consecutive rounds wins, so they do have potentially 2 bye rounds, even if they manage to lose this one. But 6-4, Team Bonk are battling back fairly well. They can keep it even at the half. I feel like I'm still feeling like Bonk is just a team that we watch come alive on offense, and Dan not gonna leave Z's alive, flying out for that challenge. A nice little jump challenge with the op. Gonna win out on that long fight.
And with the slight advantage, that's gonna give Phoenix room to actually just move into B because there's no defender there at all. If he decides to just be brave and walk in, he will discover that. But the defensive Jet we're watching now, Yassine, actually does have a couple of attackers just in front of him, but he is gonna be patient. Now he knows that Cypher's right next to him. He's gonna back off. But B site's still soft.
Yeah, probes out that camera, and just having it destroyed means he knows he's there, but as it stands right now, Unit3k don't know that nobody is on the B site. Aaron's in a great flanking spot. They're all looking the wrong way! Aaron just found a triple kill! Dan gonna be trying to pull that one back in the end as they rotate now over to the A site. Rotating around from long, though, we have a Phoenix waiting in the wings. He can just wait and buy his time. Wait for his team to be coming around here. And you do see Voxta taking an aggressive position outside of the A bomb site. I like this play, and it's going to pay off for him to get that kill on Yassine as Dan, doesn't matter if he can't see, finds the kill onto safe. So Bonker is going to be the last remaining member. He has a little bit of a hill to climb. He's looking the wrong way, the same way that Bonk earned their advantage. It was their undoing, just had your backs turned to the wrong members. And Unit3k, 4-7. They're looking at a pretty good position going into the next half.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
Okay, so as we move into the 7-4 scoreline for Unit3k, they've got the full bank, the full guns, and Yassine is actually the lone player without an AR or even an SMG. Yassine very close to having ultimate, could grab an orb and be very useful with the Jet knives, but look at C Long right now. C Long is about to explode 3v2 here. Yassine is trying to go for that orb.
Oh, pushing right up for it, but there's a lot of coverage between them and that objective. Yassine with a flick of the sentry, pulls out the knives, not gonna be able to find the right click though. A beautiful kill, but only ends up going 1 for 1 as the run it back comes out here safe, probing all the way into this mid lane, but not gonna find anyone. The objective is C. They're stacked out at the other end along there. Danny gonna get revived by his team. Bonker just biding his time from now. They should know where the owl drone came from, so he is kind of locked into this side until the smoke gives him enough room to get out, but safe. Being a bit risky here. They're looking away. They just gave up their 6, and Safe might have a beautiful opportunity to take advantage of it. He's swinging out now, finds 1, and Aaron finds 2 on the other end of the map. It's going to be the C execute running through Garage, but Voxta reissues a challenge there. Gonna find him down, but not before losing 19 HP. Aaron doing everything he can to hold on to this site while the cavalry hasn't even come in yet. Z's is still on the other end of the map. They know that Voxta was here. He won the challenge in the garage. I'm not entirely sure what he's doing on A, but it won't matter. Aaron is going to win out on that one. 4 kills in the round for him, and that's going to be 5-7. We're going to be
extremely good round.
Switching halves.
Aaron, I'm not sure, but he is actually stunting now, finally getting some momentum back on the side of Team Bonk as they switch sides here. So the ghosts, sheriffs, etc., whatever we see coming out here will be employed once again. Safe sticking to the ghost this time. We saw him yesterday just being a monster with the sheriff, so a little surprised to see that, but Voxta, Dan, player, let's see how they're spread out. It is going to be that full net that I kind of described before, kind of one C, one garage, one B, you know, just keeping every entrance covered for that information.
Right, and information is everything in this game, but I'm curious to really see if Bonk are going to be trying to prove me right and being monsters on the offense that we have kind of known to be the case most of this tournament. While Fuse gonna throw out the paranoia there. The right clicks aren't gonna land, but Danny picking up that kill on the other end there. Dan, the man, trying to hold it down for his team. Well, Z is gonna find Voxa with that ghost kill, so still even on the kills for both sides. Player gonna flash out there. The dash is gonna mess up his aim and give time. Z's helping out his teammates. So now they're probing in onto the A side. They haven't quite gotten control yet. And with the members already rotating over, they're making the call to back out, except for Z's. He's playing aggressively. He is in to hell already.
What can he get done here, though? The only defense nearby, he hears the pistol shots, so if he heard a reload from Sage, he might be familiar with this wall spot right next to him. That box is kind of a tricky one. You don't see it come into play too often, but A short, actually. Someone's going to need to be aggressive here, either smoke that exit or I'm not sure what they're going to plan here. Omen is still pretty far away on defense, too, so this is an opportunity for them to move forward.
That it is, and Linksify is going to be the first one challenged there, but he's kind of baited out so Aaron can line up that shot. Bonker going to be picking up a kill there as well. Planted with only 13 seconds to spare, but all that is needed is one final kill from Bonk to have a win on this pistol round. Fuse has an idea of where one of them might be, but kind of gets caught flicking between two angles. 6-7, Bonk gonna win out on that pistol round. With some risky plays, Z's trying to move through the smokes there, but ends up netting them the value that they needed. Gonna be able to buy up for this round and take, hopefully, one more and tie it up with Unit3k, unless we see some crazy stuff coming out from them.
Yeah, with all these rifles in hand, I would expect nothing less than a round victory, and this is actually a repeat from what we saw earlier. It was a 5 versus 7 where Bonk was down. Once they switched to attack, they attacked successfully every single round, and that was on Haven earlier today. Yassine proving to be just a monstrous attacker. But now this composition's a little different than we've seen out of Bonk. Phoenix specifically being kind of the odd man out. Look at those defenders running right through B window, trying to chase down Sova from behind, but the spike is all the way at C being planted, so the pistol users trying to just grab kills where they can. How did Aaron get that kill on Jet? Oh my goodness, and that is just, again, the dominoes falling. That kill feed is going faster than I can talk, and suddenly it's a flawless win for Bonk, tying things up 7-7.
Aaron moving in mysterious ways. I actually don't know how he got
Jet
all the way up there, but
he just
Unit3k, I think, just were A, B stacking, and C was just completely open. They got all the way up alt mid there. Now with a full buy round, I'm hoping that Unit3k are going to be holding a little bit more of a standard defense, but giving up that complete C site is not the play that they were looking for.
And as we stack up for the attack now, C is going to be more or less ignored. There is a defensive cipher playing A long instead of C long, which you sometimes see, but Yassine in a little bit of a duel situation. There is a defender, Omen, inside, but Linksify is actually going to be the first casualty. Safe, popping him down at B, softening up the mid. That's very strong for them, as that is where the bulk of the attackers are currently. They're going to grab the spike, and actually, it was a bait tactic, I guess. They said, we got that B kill. They are going to rotate to B, so let's give C a shot, perhaps. Garage, still unknown territory, though. I don't think they're fully aware of who is in Garage, or exactly where.
Right, and that's kind of the guessing game that you're going to have to commit a Cypher camera there, but as it stands, Bonk using that in the A short, but Dan, what a flick to be able to pull out that kill onto Z's. Finding him there with only 7 HP to spare. As Fuse gets caught looking the wrong way, Yassine's going to nab up his gun, and that's going to be the execute onto C. Ray's going to be backing away there, and honestly, the necessary play just to give that kind of ground. Yassine is hunting for him, but he's already off the site. He's gotten out of dodge. Bonk now going to get the plant off.
Okay, so you can see Dan's POV here. He's 100% certain someone is waiting there. He sees Jet's top of his hair. Safe, actually, and Yassine gonna fire right back, though, score those kills instead, and it's 4 players surviving for Bonk on what was an even buy round, so Bonk looking incredibly impressive still on offense. These guys just they're incredibly good at attacking. They know what they're doing, and they've shown it now in each of these BO1 matches. Unit3k lose their lead. They were up 7-5. Suddenly it's 8-7. They're on the back foot. They're down on guns, down on economy. And Team Bonk, again, no brakes on the Bonk train. You can see C getting super stacked. Someone in chat did mention earlier that when you're on the eco round, you do a gamble stack option here, and that is what we're seeing. The gamble's not going to pay off because there's no attackers there currently, and A site I do expect to be a bloodbath here shortly.
Yeah, they will get spotted by one tripwire on their way in, but it's going to be a little bit too late for the side of Unit3k, as that's already going to be going down here. There's always that little bit of confusion you get when nobody's on the site that you guys are raiding, and you push in your... Wait, hold on, where'd everybody go?
I don't trust
Bomb
this.
will go down all the time. Yeah, it's
Aaron waiting.
such a guessing game. Oh, that's a Lynxify bouncing his way in. Gonna get found by Aaron. He's already in a great position to try and hold this one back. Getting pushed out. Beautiful play through the paranoia. But I like the angle that Dan was able to find, only to go down to Yassine shortly after. But the headshots always feel a little bit good, as the rest of Unit3k are trying to fight their way in here. You might as well, but Bonk could have just cleaned that one up.
Bonk, obviously, again, gun advantage, but just crossfiring each other so well on A. They had every angle covered. The little battle that took place in A sewers area, Yassine was actually in a pretty cool spot. He was tucked up in a corner, deep in, and actually got that AR kill onto Dan, who only had the sheriff. It was impressive for Dan to get the kill at all, but obviously they wanted to get as much as they could. Dan now rocking the op, was playing C long as raised earlier. Now they're stacking up B, and Omen is pushed up quite a bit, while the attackers are not going to be there. Again, the gamble not quite going the way of the defenders at the very start, at least. Let's see where this lands here, and reveals nothing because no one's there.
There it goes, as just going to plop right down onto the ground, as Aziz's body's going to do the exact same. Lynxify with an aggressive play into the window. Going to find his first frag mid, and it's going to be an advantage for Unit3k. I think one of the first advantages of this half swap to get the first frag.
Yep, you're not wrong. Phoenix now with the spike. Here the Sova ultimate getting launched out here by Bonker, but where is he shooting it? Not actually going to do too much here.
Yeah, ooh, I was going to say gets a little bit of information, but not enough to keep safe. He's going to get dropped down by Lynxify there. The defensive positioning from Unit3k is just going to be textbook from here. You're in a 3v5. No need to overstress anything. Flashes to try and swing out. We'll give away that he is on the B bomb side, but not a whole lot you can really do if you're Bonk.
What is
Trading
Cypher gonna do
frags
about
is
it?
just no longer an option. Voxta and Lynxify going to be picking up that kill. There's the triple kill you're all waiting for, as Fuse is going to put an end to this round. A flawless defense from the side of Unit3k, putting their first win on this half.
Yeah, the triples have slowed down to just a trickle now, as they were free-flowing before this. Team Bonk now 9-8, still have that advantage. They still have plenty of cash in the bank. Yassine maybe deciding if he wants to op or not with that huge cash bank, but is going to go for the Phantom instead. Full buys on both sides. We've got ourselves a really good round set up now, and actually enough cash on both sides for them to full buy the next round. So we're kind of hitting our stride here. Now that Unit3k have one successful defensive round, maybe they can keep it going, but you can see their defensive split right now not accounting for A-Long at all. It's kind of interesting here. Jet launching the ultimate already. Yassine ready to throw these knives. Will they get the same peak? Wow, Cypher and Phoenix pushed all the way out.
Yeah, I was going to say, found themselves in an interesting spot where they're cutting off access from site to bomb from the side of Bonk, but now they're going to have enemies on both sides. As Safe is looking to try to find his way in here. He's going to have a repeat rotation. Paranoia doing a little bit there to buy him some space. Double flash is committed.
Wow.
Safe going to find him through the wall after the op shot, but going to end up going 2 for 2 at the start of this one, and should have easy access to whichever site they want, as They know that members are going to be rotating back over to the A site. They're going to call for the rotation, and they should have their pick of the litter as far as which sites they want to go to, unless Unit3k decide to stack up on either end here.
As the Jet ultimate lasts forever, that's actually a huge benefit to that compared to like the Showstopper, for example. He is going to be able to keep those knives out, which is a fantastic movie. But Ray's going to be cut off a little bit from the garage exit and now CT as well. So those smokes do last quite a while. That's going to be long enough for Sova to get the plant. Defensive Omen now. Omen launching that smoke all the way at C long. The Sage going to commit the res. It took them a long time to do it, but after the spike is planted, they now have the man advantage. Jet, not knowing where to look quite, does still get that headshot, but loses Bonker in the trade.
Yeah, will swing around there, and as he's throwing it out here, yeah, I was gonna say, you're gonna eat a boombot for it, but you win the challenge. Might as well just be that you got legged by the op shot, but you're gonna have to fight your way back onto site. Lynxify is gonna be able to knock that one down. Here comes Z's, he's gotta fight his way through, but Lynxify has just kind of been on a little bit of a tear here. Been an immovable force in so many of these rounds. Gonna be able to knock that one down 9-9 as Bonk and Unitech gonna be going the distance.
Lynxify, definitely the MVP of that round. Nice shots, nice res. Ended up with 2 people alive there at the end, and we mentioned that was a full buy across both sides. They still had cash for another one, so they're gonna run it back here. 9-9 tie game. This is the closest game we've seen yet today. Op in hand for Dan on the defense, sticking back over to C long to watch that, but it looks like a 4 stack on A, probably going to be splitting that 2 and 2. The defense are not watching A long at all. I don't see a camera in position or anything like that, but that's because Phoenix is going to launch his ult. No, that's the offensive Phoenix using it, not the defensive Phoenix. So he's going to run in, toss the blind, get some information. He knows there's at least one on site. Cypher is behind the default plant, and the rest of the attackers are going to hit the gas at the front door. Ziz goes down, player 135 as well. The bodies are stacking up rapidly here, but Bonker still alive. More attackers than defenders. Cypher going to commit the ultimate as well to try and locate all these defenders. But Lynxify gets a double. Headshot and wall bang through there. Suddenly it's a 2v2 situation with the attackers not planted.
Right, they still have 50 seconds to try and make the most of this 2v2, but it's a hard situation to ask for. You have one in heaven. You know that the Omen was lurking around. Gonna go for a fake plant, tapping it. He might just choose to back off, and as a Showstopper is coming out, trying to clear him out from that sight box. Yassine lurking here. I love this play from Bonk. Rotate back out, and Yassine's gonna look for catches on rotations, running his way back up. That's going to be them just passing by each other. They could be looking at each other right now, but they just silently going to walk by each other. Coming back to A, I think Yassine already thought that everyone rotated. Oh. The op shot's going to at least let him know that one is in heaven, but Yassine also knows there's an Omen lurking somewhere, so he's going to have to win that challenge. No! Fuse is not going to catch him coming, so Dan is going to just drop down onto site. He's going to try to take one fight that he can. Ooh. The Tripwire is going to force the weapon swap, and before he can get back, Aaron's going to find the challenge there. Good stuff from Bonk to make the most of that 2v2, and honestly, very well played. A little bit of bait-on-bait action, but Yassine, with just superior positioning, was able to pick apart that play.
And Aaron had a monster round there as well. Yassine, despite missing Raze in heaven, still got that follow-up kill on Omen, but Cypher specifically dealt with the Raze, got the plant, dealt with the fact that he was under fire. The boombot was not a problem. Like, he just handled that like a pro. And now 10-9 is your scoreline. Looking at the buy, I did see a Bulldog in hand on the defense, and we now know that Dan is here with the ops. So will they back off of C, or will they commit? They actually lose safe for their choice here. Omen is going to TP all the way to the back of the site to try to flush him out, but is not even looking at the upper. 5 health remains.
Yeah, it was a little bit interesting. I think he missed the nade flying into the smoke while he was on his way out, but Yassine, not going to miss this one. Yeah, I was going to say, B-hopping still makes a lot of noise, and that's enough for Yassine. Wearing his gamer headset, going to be able to find him through the smoke there, while the rest of Team Bonk in good post plants. But Aaron, again, the lurker, as soon as they give information that they're in garage, Aaron is going to be in a great spot to swing out. He's going to do just that now. Finds two, almost chokes it, but Gonna knock down both with the same spray. Good control as Dan is gonna fall in the CT area. That's gonna be a fairly clean round win off of what was Dan finding a good op shot in the early on, but nobody else quite able to finish off the same way.
That was massive because now they're going to potentially push to game point against a pistol round. They have a great setup here. 2 round wins in a row, full cash buys while the defense is reeling. No op available on C this time, and they know that. They are stacking C super heavy while the defense is just doing their regular net with those short-range weapons. I do expect Bonk to be able to take advantage of this big superiority in guns and armor. Dan knows this is coming, calls it out. Omen comes from garage. What can they do to stop it?
Yeah, and it doesn't look like much as Safe is going to swing out there. A lot of utility is Dan. I like that blast pack. You use it just to try and slide yourself out for the peak, but unfortunately, it doesn't change the fact that you are bringing a pistol to an AR fight while the rest of Unit3k are trying to make their way in. Sage a little bit far off, going the long way to C, or actually, Safe was, or excuse me, not Safe. Linksify was the only person who bought an AR, so he's likely going to be saving it as player is going to lose out on that duel. Yeah, there's a Spectre on him, so he's going to be wanting to keep that alive. Excuse me, a Ghost. It's the 4-hour mark is starting to hit me a little bit here, but Unit3k, of course, now going to be moving to their match point, and you're hoping that fatigue is not going to be hitting them the same way because you are on match point tournament life, and there's no qualifier set for tomorrow. It's do or die if you're Unit3k.
Absolutely right. This is their qualifier life at stake. 12-9 now. Team Bonk, 3 very dominant rounds in a row, in fact, but the defense do have their full guns, almost full armor. Only a half armor there for Dan, but again, the op is make or break anyway. If you're going to miss an op shot, you might be dead regardless in the time it takes for them to fire back. But 12-9, game point. Team Bonk looking to make it into the round of 8 if they can.
Joke's over.
We've got the Phoenix ult used immediately here. Was that offense or defense? It is defense. Player 135 looking for some free kills. Not going to get what he wants.
Yeah, that's a hard challenge to try and issue. When you pop the ultimate that early, Bonk is just really easily taking the advantage of it by finding defensive positions. But if you're Unit3k, you want to just use the ultimates because you know that there's no sense in saving them anymore.
Correct, yeah.
Unfortunately, not getting any value out of that one. Linksify 1 point off, so they can hold for a res, and has a good position to just get 1 frag, wall up, and keep mid lane safe. But the rest of Team Bonk are looking at this A-bomb site. Yassine might just be checking his way in. Not gonna. Oh my goodness, what a flick! Is he gonna find the second one through the smoke? Sorry I ever doubted you, Yassine. He's saying, are you seeing me? As he's gonna find 2 there. The rest of his team pouring out onto the A bomb site now. As the run it back is popped. They should be able to get bombed down here. As that's gonna be Voxta forced to retreat. Can't find anyone through the smoke. And Team Bonk, 5 members strong. This is a hard ask for Unit3k as the bomb goes down.
And this was a very, very close game. Don't forget it was 9-9 moments ago. And in fact, Unit3k was up 7-5 at the half. So Team Bonk once again showing they are offensive geniuses here. And look at that. Yassine takes all the time he needs to line up the headshot. Z's getting a double there at the same time as the 3rd kill from Yassine. That triple to end things. Flawless attack round to lock it up, move on into the round of 8, and that is Unit3k saying goodbye for the day. Thanks for playing, and better luck next time, Team Bonk. Wow, that's pretty impressive that they're able to fight from behind on defense to have just so many successful attack rounds. Another game here in the qualifier.